Not every encounter between venomous snakes ends with both of them walking away. A single small movement is enough to awaken their hunting instincts. When an opportunity appears, even their own kind can sometimes become a target. No pursuit is needed. Everything depends on timing and reflexes. These scenes show that the reptile world is far harsher than we often imagine. Musurana. In the dark gloom of the South American forests exists a pitch-black ghost named Musurana, the one dubbed the terror of highly venomous species. Not possessing deadly venom, the Musurana's ultimate weapon lies in a perfect biological immunity system, turning the deadliest streams of toxins harmless. With a brutal hunting style, it is a venomous snake purging expert for the whole region. Musurana, venomous fangs are just spice for a feast of constricting strength and sophisticated spine dismantling techniques. In the natural world, the battle between the Musurana and the coral snake is not only a battle of strength, but also a peak deceptive play with mimicking species. Snake possesses extremely strong neurotoxic venom and brilliant red, yellow, black colors. Like a warning sign, touch is death. Non-venomous or mildly venomous snake species have utilized this to disguise as coral snakes, aiming to scare off enemies.
Bem grande, capturou aqui uma. Mas ela está sendo enforcada aqui pela cobra.
Real coral snake. The red ring will be next to the yellow ring.
Esse alimento tá doido. As coisas acontecem na natureza.
Mimicker. The red ring will be next to the black ring.
A bolina é verdadeira. Se fosse uma cobra verdadeira, essa bolina já tinha bandeja. Saiu para caçar num dia frio.
The Musurana is a species specializing in hunting snakes. It does not care about warning colors because it has venom resistance ability. Despite being the terror of snake species, the Musurana is extremely gentle to humans. They almost never bite humans unless being mistreated excessively. The brilliantly colored meal not only helps the Musurana fill its stomach, but is also a testament to the king of snake status in the South American land. Rattlesnake versus water moccasin snake.
One of the desert's most deadly hunters is on the prowl.
Rattlesnake venom possesses the highest metalloproteinase content in the world.
Sensing pits located on either side of their head. The rattlesnake also has a potent sense of...
This is not just toxin, but an extremely potent digestive enzyme.
The rattlesnake
the moment the venomous fangs plunge in, the victim's flesh, muscle, and blood vessels begin to literally melt.
Long fangs, capable.
However, in the harsh natural world, even the most state-of-the-art weapon also has its natural enemies. When the water
Picks up
moccasin
odor
ghost
particles
appears,
from the air,
everything
flick
gradually
in and out,
changes.
rattle, and any predators.
The two gladiators both belong to the viper family. Despite sharing a common ancestor, different habitats have created opposing weapons and tactics. With a galloping acceleration phase, the swamp assassin swoops up to crush the opponent. Although both carry deadly venom, the moccasin is overwhelming in physique. It bites the nape, locking the victim's fangs tight, immediately pumping paralyzing venom. Possessing an evolved serum resisting the venom of its own kind, the hunting machine calmly maintains its pincers. Toxic enzymes penetrate extremely fast, breaking down cells and causing localized blood clotting, eliminating all resisting strength of the rattlesnake in a blink of an eye. The swamp assassin is in no hurry to dine. It loosens its jaws, stepping back to patiently observe. Until the opponent collapses completely, the Lord confidently starts the feast. Thanks to the flexible dislocating jaw joints, it swallows the victim from the top of the head. This biological calculation helps the scales fold back, sliding smoothly through the esophagus. In the cruel wild, carrying the deadliest weapon is not necessarily the one holding the final glory. Malayan Crate versus Sunbeam Snake.
Treated in the hospital.
One side is the messenger of the night with neurotoxic venom
It was
topping
going to
the
be
chart.
pretty extraordinary.
The other
We watched
side
this for
is the
about 1.5
burrowing
hours.
worker carrying a gorgeous iridescent scale layer.
But as soon as he started, the sunbeam snake, most of the time,
The Malayan Crate's venom contains an extremely potent alpha neurotoxin capable of blocking acetylcholine receptors at neuromuscular junctions.
Just rolls around like that.
Normally, just a snap, the prey will have its diaphragm paralyzed and stop breathing in a few minutes. The fact that the sunbeam can still twist its body and tightly wrap around the opponent's head is an extremely rare biological phenomenon. Some non-venomous snake species, like the sunbeam snake, living in the same environment with venomous snakes, usually evolve proteins in their blood, helping to partially neutralize toxins. This does not mean they are completely immune, but it prolongs the survival time, so they have a chance to reverse the situation or escape. The sunbeam snake usually chooses the moment to loosen the constricting coil abruptly after having made the crate dizzy or exhausted from lacking oxygen while having its head wrapped tightly. And it quickly slinks into a dark corner and pops. Red-bellied black snake versus rattlesnake. A spectacular coup is taking place when the one carrying top-tier venom in the world turns into dinner for a more sullen assassin. The red-bellied black snake possesses an extremely special protein system in its blood, capable of neutralizing the venom of many other snake species, including the blood-destroying hemotoxin venom of the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake inherently has an extremely fast attacking reflex. However, when confronting snake hunting species like the red-bellied black snake, it usually chooses a way to avoid the hunters. The Mussurana assassin has just successfully ambushed a rattlesnake. The muscle bundles immediately break tight, forming a lethal encirclement to drain the victim's vitality.
Bem lá a cascavel, ó. Tá presa, ali ela tá presa. A cascavel não tem como sair da cabeça, ela lasca essa cascavel bem rapidinho.
Despite carrying necrotic venom sufficient to bring down a large animal, the rattlesnake is helpless against the natural enemy born to counter it. Evolution has granted the Mussurana a superior toxin-neutralizing antibody system. Thanks to this, it calmly endures desperate snaps without taking the slightest damage. The fierce survival instinct from the prey causes not a few obstacles. The hunter is forced to continuously swing its fangs, biting into the writhing body. However, that much physical damage cannot instantly subdue an adult individual, inherently protected by a rough, horny scale layer and tenacious vitality. When hunting at night, it not only tastes the scent, but also senses the warm air current emitted from the prey's body. This explains why it always finds the most dangerous attacking angle, even when visibility is zero. Patiently adjusting its posture through many releasing and biting rhythms, the Mussurana finally seized the fatal fulcrum. King Snake versus Copperhead. The king snake is one of the snake species with the strongest constricting force in the world relative to body size. Its constricting force not only suffocates the prey, but also creates a pressure large enough to stop the opponent's circulatory system. Constricting snake species like the king snake or Mussurana do not constrict blindly. They have the ability to sense the opponent's heartbeat through their belly skin layer. They will constrict tighter after every heartbeat of the prey. When the prey's heart tries to pump blood away, the snake will tighten a bit more to occupy space. It only lets go when it no longer feels any cardiac muscle vibration. This is a lethal feedback loop. It always swallows from the head, so the copperhead's fangs and scales do not pierce backward into its esophagus. During the swallowing process, the king snake's muscles contract so strongly that it can fold the prey up inside its stomach to accommodate individuals nearly its own size. The copperhead completely disappears, turning into an abundant energy source, helping the king snake continue to dominate its territory. Bushmaster versus rat. The Bushmaster is the longest pit viper species in the world, capable of reaching up to 4 meters. It is the largest venomous snake in the Western Hemisphere. Their heads have a very broad triangular shape, containing massive venom glands. The human mortality rate when bitten by a Bushmaster without antivenom is very high, nearly 80%. No warning rattles, no flamboyant colors. The Bushmaster hides itself under the leaf litter like a chemical bomb waiting to explode. With 5 centimeters long fangs and enough venom to wipe out dozens of lives, it is not just hunting, it is executing a death sentence. When the heat-seeking radar locks onto the target, all escape efforts become meaningless before this sullen lord. The enzymes attack the blood vessel walls, causing the rat's blood pressure to plummet uncontrollably. The blood cannot clot, leading to a state of comprehensive internal bleeding. The small backward curving teeth in the snake's mouth act like a one-way ratcheting system, pulling the rat into the esophagus without the need for limbs. Rattlesnake versus rat. The rattlesnake is one of the most famous, highly venomous snakes in the world, belonging to the viper family. They are considered the symbol of death of the deserts and swamps in North and South America. Not only possessing extremely potent tissue necrotizing venom, this reptile also carries a hypersensitive thermal radar and a unique mechanical rabbit tail. Every vibration of the tail is not only a firm threat, but also a testament to a highly sophisticated evolutionary masterpiece of nature. They have 2 small pits located between the eyes and the nostrils, containing membranes sensitive to infrared rays. This system allows them to detect warm-blooded prey in the dark with absolute precision, even when the prey is standing still. And there will be no timely escape. Neurotoxic, a type of blood toxin that destroys tissues, blood vessels, and causes a condition of severe internal hemorrhage. Death adder versus lizard. Sometimes, silence is exactly the most terrifying weapon in the wild. Unlike high-speed predators, the death adder chooses for itself the dark art of ambush. The rough scales help the assassin turn perfectly invisible amidst the dust and sand, patiently biding its time. A lizard strolls closer, completely blind to the trap already set. At this moment, a sophisticated biological tactic called caudal luring is activated. This rhythmic movement perfectly simulates a plump, wriggling larva. The cruel optical illusion has completely deceived the lizard's vigilant instinct. Craving overpowers reason. It steps toward the inviting feast without realizing it is walking itself into the realm of death. When the distance reaches a perfect level, the trap snaps shut. Spotted black snake versus ring-necked snake. The spotted black snake locks the victim tight, clearing the way to swallow from the top of the head The mangrove snake carries within it an amount of venom concealed in its rear fangs. However, this weapon is completely useless against machines specialized in massacring their own kind. Conversely, the King Cobra possesses front venomous fangs, accompanied by the ability to pump a terrifying amount of neurotoxin 20 times that of ordinary snakes. Confronting them means facing a death sentence. When the bloodthirsty instinct rises, all attacks by the King Cobra do not have the concept of mercy. The strength and speed of the ruler are absolute dominance. It clamps tight, using a grinding chew technique to pin its fangs deeper, injecting the poison completely into the victim's neural network. Patiently waiting for the opponent to be completely paralyzed, the assassin then expands its jaw joints, slowly swallowing the prize whole. Under the decaying leaf carpet, a king is leisurely swallowing its own kind. The ticks, densely attached to the top of its head, expose the harsh, parasitic law of nature. Wild, even the most authoritative emperors cannot evade microscopic enemies. The wise parasites always target the head area, eye sockets, or under the neck scale folds, positions with the thinnest skin texture and most abundant capillaries. Every time the King Cobra expands its neck scale to swallow a giant prey down, the gap between the scale layers will pop open. That is exactly the fatal doorway for the tick swarm to plunge their feeding tubes deep into the blood vessels. Snake versus horned lizard. Ironically, the one who sows death to all species is enduring the second-by-second torment of tiny creatures. Amidst the arid, fiery path, an egg-eating snake is strolling to find prey. Nearby, the female horned lizard still steadfastly holds her ground by the nest. Despite her small stature, what she is using her life to protect is an entire future generation. When death closes in, the mother does not immediately flee. She proactively lunges out, valiantly aiming to break the enemy's attack rhythm, even though this strike is not enough to turn the tide. Immediately, she activates the peak defensive state. Playing dead. The heartbeat and breathing are forced down to an absolute silent level. In the cruel wild, counterattacking is not always the best policy. King Cobra versus rat snake. Deep beneath the tropical rainforest canopy, the boundary between life and death is extremely fragile. A King Cobra individual is sullenly patrolling its kingdom. The forked tongue continuously flicks, analyzing chemical molecules and collecting every most subtle vibration from the environment. On the opposite side, the rat snake carries a stubborn and reckless nature. Firm muscle bundles diligently glide across the decaying leaf carpet to scour for food. While the rat snake is still completely ignorant, the superlative olfactory receptors of the king cobra have already locked onto the target's coordinates early on. Odor particles in the air implicitly signal that the prey is very near. The fatal distance coldly narrows with every...
From over 3 feet.
Suddenly, a lightning-fast fang strike rains down. The king cobra plunges its deadly weapon into the opponent's body. The process of swallowing the victim exposes the perfect combination of precise physiological mechanisms and brutal instinct. Utilizing the skillful jaw walking technique, combined with a special trachea that can protrude outward to maintain the breathing rhythm, the king leisurely brings the lengthy meat roll into its stomach. King Cobra versus Pit Viper. The king cobra has always reigned as the ultimate nightmare for all reptiles. The thunderous bite easily pins over 500 milligrams of highly neurotoxic venom straight into the pit viper's bloodstream. The toxin immediately destroys the motor nervous system, making the victim completely paralyzed and give up after just a few seconds. In the wild, depriving the opponent's head is exactly the ultimate key deciding life and death. Ecological reality proves, once this one has locked onto the target, the lethal rate always reaches the 90% threshold. Waiting for the opponent's motor system to collapse, the hunter leisurely begins swallowing, starting from the top of the head. This biomechanical calculation forces the horny scale carpet to fold back, helping the winding body mass slide smoothly through the esophageal edge. King Cobra versus King Cobra. Under the tropical forest canopy, a silent slaughtering machine glides across the decaying leaf carpet. It carefully probes every inch of the ground. In the wild, hastiness always pays the price with hunger. Hiding perfectly, all physical movements are carefully calculated for the decisive ambush phase. The fatal bite hits the target. Bypassing the constricting skill, the king cobra locks its jaws, pumping an extremely strong neurotoxin directly into the blood of its own kind. They rarely waste expensive biological toxins unless to satisfy hunger. This bloody battle lacks territorial dispute. It is purely a pure slaughter of the food chain. The victorious king calmly swallows the defeated one whole, exposing the harsh but inevitable ecological law. King Cobra versus Rat Snake. The scientific name of the king cobra is Ophiophagus hanna, meaning snake eater. Unlike other snake species that sometimes eat rodents, 90% of the king cobra's diet is other snake species.
makan ular poros.
Rat snakes are the favorite prey because of their large size, providing giant energy for the king cobra after a single hunt. Snakes do not chew at all. They possess jaws with a dislocating structure to pull the prey inside. The two lower jaw halves of the king cobra are not tightly fused by bone, but connected through extremely strong elastic ligaments. It pushes the left jaw forward to bury the fangs into the prey, then holds tight and pushes the right jaw up. A large meal like a rat snake can provide enough energy for it for the next 2 to 3 weeks. The deathmatch erupts in a flash. The predatory machine swings thunderous fangs, plunging deep into the opponent's body. From this snap, a large amount of neurotoxin floods into the blood vessels, carrying an overwhelming destructive power 20 times that of ordinary snake lines. The neural network immediately breaks down. The rat snake quickly has drooping eyelids, a stiff jaw, and collapses completely when the diaphragm, the center of the respiratory system, is paralyzed. The seasoned assassin always starts the feast from the skull. This physiological calculation forces the sharp scale carpet to lie flat, completely eliminating the risk of esophageal tearing due to reverse friction. The light that just went out transforms into a giant energy source, solidly reinforcing the throne for the reptile emperor. Bird versus snake. Under the dense foliage, the mother bird diligently carries each insect back to nourish the hungry brood. It seems the nest is always peaceful until the protector takes flight. A reptile assassin silently slithers along the tree branch, directly approaching the target. Without a single warning sound, it ruthlessly swings its jaws, snaps and swallows the fragile creatures yet to grow feathers. Despite lacking an outer ear structure, the snake's lower jawbone is a transcendent vibration receiving machine, helping them accurately locate every movement on the branch. The mother bird returns with a berry in her beak, bewildered by the empty tragedy. She carefully analyzes the scent trail to track the truth of the perpetrator. If the olfactory receptors detect a reptile trace, the mother bird will permanently abandon this nest. The reproductive coordinates have now been marked by death and are no longer safe for any other brood. Spotted black snake versus ring-necked snake. The spotted black snake pins the victim tight, prioritizing swallowing from the head to deprive all the opponent's chances of orientation and struggling. The ring-necked snake possesses an amount of venom distributed in both the rear fangs and the neck glands, a chemical arsenal accumulated from its very own toxic food chain. However, the spotted black snake's stomach operates like a biological reactor, immediately breaking down all toxic protein structures as soon as the food passes through the esophagus. versus lizard. Facing the Cobra assassin, the lizard freezes its entire body to camouflage into the surrounding context. This defensive tactic is extremely wise because the visual system of many predators is activated most sensitively through movements. But the boundary of life and death is shattered when the panicked prey accelerates to flee. With just one acceleration beat, it lunges in to clamp tight, completely blocking the victim's escape route. Equipped with highly neurotoxic venom, the Cobra skips the constricting phase. It calmly locks its jaws tight, waiting for the toxin amount to collapse the opponent's motor system, then leisurely enjoys the bloody prize. Daisho snake versus crow. The Daisho snake is the largest non-venomous snake species in Japan, capable of reaching up to 2 meters long. They are masterful climbing experts, frequently raiding high-up bird nests to eat eggs and chicks. Their main weapon is constricting strength and enduring stamina. The crow possesses superior intelligence, high community spirit, and a beak as hard as steel. Crows do not fear snakes. Conversely, they consider snakes an abundant protein source. The soft mud at the water's edge significantly reduces the friction force that the Daisho snake needs to move fast. The encounter at the water's edge is a testament to the harsh intersection between the ground predator and the aerial assassin, where the smallest mistake can make either one become a meal for the opponent. Eastern brown snake versus rat. Eastern brown snake, a snake species carrying venom ranking top in the world.
Snakebite fatalities every year. There's a deadly cocktail of toxins.
Unlike many viper species that usually lie in wait, the eastern brown snake is a proactive hunter during the day.
Species always live close to human populations.
It has excellent vision and a very fast movement speed.
In the whole country.
Their venom contains a powerful mixture, including neurotoxins, nerve toxins, and procoagulants, blood clotting agents.
The legendary Taipan, Queensland.
The strong coagulopathic toxin is the most dangerous component. It activates the blood clotting process immediately in the victim's blood vessels, leading to a stroke or heart failure after just a few minutes. They particularly prefer farm areas or garbage dumps because there are many rats there. This is the reason this species causes the most venomous accidents in Australia. Their accurate snap, very rare. Owl. In the avian world, owls are state-of-the-art mechanical gladiators, the tyrants of the night, holding an exclusive position at the top of the food pyramid. Without the need for venom or the wind-tearing speed of eagles, this bird of prey dominates the wilderness through absolute silence and a perfect anatomical weapon system. From From the feather structure that eliminates all sound to the feet carrying a spinal-crushing grip force, the owl easily turns terrestrial assassins into a helpless meal, asserting the status of a supreme, highly mysterious hunter. Owl versus rat. In the dead of night, an owl sits motionless on a high branch, intently watching the pitch-black ground below. The rat underneath continues to forage, unaware that the reaper is right nearby. The owl is a professional night hunter. Its eyes have numerous light-sensitive cells that help it see through the night. Its asymmetrical ears allow it to pinpoint the exact location of its prey through the slightest sound. Seizing the opportunity, the owl swoops down in complete silence. Its special wing feather structure helps completely eliminate the sound of the wind. Where darkness prevails, the winner is always the one who hears and sees the opponent first. Goshawk. In the avian world, the goshawk is a state-of-the-art stealth assassin, the tyrant of the shadows, holding an exclusive position in the art of hunting in confined environments. Without the need for a massive wingspan soaring through open spaces, this bird of prey dominates the forest canopy with an anatomically aerodynamic structure that is breathtakingly perfect. Its short-winged design helps minimize air resistance when darting through narrow gaps between tree trunks. The goshawk can reach a top speed of 60 to 80 kilometers per hour within just a few meters from a standstill position. Goshawk versus hare. A goshawk patiently perches on a high tree branch. Its sharp eyes sweep across the dry bushes, carefully searching for the slightest trace of hiding prey. Suddenly, a hare darts out amidst the dry leaves. The thrilling chase begins. The goshawk spreads its wings, dives straight down swiftly, closely tailing the hare's every leap. The hare not only runs fast, but also changes direction unpredictably. This zigzagging running style creates great momentum aimed at throwing the hunter off balance. But the goshawk's agility in the air neutralizes that. Its incredibly precise, sharp turns help the bird always keep the closest possible distance. When swooping down, it doesn't look around, but simply locks its eyes onto exactly one spot on the hare's back. At times, it seems like the hare has slipped from the bird's talons. But right as the hare runs across a sparse, grassy patch, the bird's talons snatch it up. The hare struggles uselessly beneath the hunter's feet. The goshawk flaps its wings continuously to maintain balance, not letting the hare escape. Its excellent flying skills have brought home a truly well-deserved meal. Pelican.
effrayant
Pelicans
oisillon
are
marron.
ravenous
Pour autant,
giants, aquatic assassins possessing a unique
Oh my god. Aïe,
anatomical
aïe,
weapon.
aïe, aïe, aïe. Oh là là.
un dernier coup de gosier et ce pélican
Without the
démontre
need
du
for
sang.
flesh-tearing talons or the soaring speed of an eagle, this bird dominates the bays with a beak that carries a terrifying holding capacity. From the miraculously expandable throat pouch structure that acts like a trap, that withstands suicidal high-altitude dives. The pelican turns every prey into helpless prisoners completely isolated, asserting an incredibly pragmatic and brutal survival philosophy of nature and cage. Pelican versus Gannet. Many people think pelicans are very gentle. The truth on Malgas Island is completely different. When the fish stocks out at sea are depleted, the great white pelicans have to change their foraging methods to survive. They become ruthless terrestrial hunters. Its massive pouch-like beak swiftly snatches up the young gannets. The pelican swallows its prey whole into its stomach while they are still wriggling. Normally, parent gannets protect their nests very carefully. But due to the lack of fish in the sea, the adult birds have to fly far offshore to hunt, leaving their offspring abandoned. The frail young birds left behind immediately become an easy meal for the hungry pelicans. The scene of survival unfolds in extreme harshness. Every time a pelican hunts successfully, the gannet flock loses its future generation. But that is the only way for the pelicans to survive the day. Hawk versus jackdaw. The hawk pins a jackdaw firmly to the ground. Its sharp talons pierce deep, leaving the surrounding young jackdaws to only cry out in panic without being able to do anything. Hawks have incredibly strong leg strength. They easily hold down prey larger than themselves, rendering all struggles useless. An adult jackdaw dives in to rescue, but it's too difficult. In nature, the sheer numbers of the flock cannot always overcome absolute individual strength. Falcon versus bird. An unlucky bird just sneaks into a nest when the incubating falcon immediately spots it. It does not lie still and endure the attack, but lunges straight at the enemy, using its talons to grab tightly and drag the intruder far away from the eggs. The falcon only wants to chase the threat out of the nest and does not intentionally hunt it down to the end. This is the natural instinct of birds of prey. Protecting the eggs is always more important than taking down the opponent. Finally, when it has dragged the enemy to a safe enough distance, the falcon lets go for the opponent to fly away. Magpie versus frog. When a frog accidentally leaves the safety of the water to forage on the bushy banks, it falls into the sights of a magpie. Magpies are omnivores with extremely high intelligence and highly sensitive vision on the ground. dry seasons, the food source on the savanna is severely depleted. The mother bird faces an extremely grim economic dilemma. If she continues to raise the entire flock, the meager amount of food divided equally will cause all the chicks to become malnourished, stunted, and ultimately, the whole nest will starve to death before they can even fly. If she sacrifices one, by eliminating one mouth to feed, usually the youngest, weakest, and with the lowest chance of survival, the remaining food will be just enough to sustain the healthier offspring. In their world, there is no concept of morality. Nature has no compassion. It has only one single rule: preserve the species at all costs. The mother stork's act of beating her chick to death is the most nakedly dark side of that rule. A king willing to amputate a necrotic arm to save the life of the entire body. Python. In the wild, pythons reign as the supreme giants of the tropical vegetation in Asia and Africa. Possessing no toxic venom, these ambush predators operate a survival tactic based purely on massive size and superior mechanical strength. With muscular bodies that can reach over 6 meters in length, pythons use highly sensitive heat-sensing organs on their lips to locate prey in the dark. A strike locking onto the target with backward curving teeth is immediately followed by constricting coils with suffocating pressure, completely cutting off the victim's blood flow and oxygen. From rodents to large mammals, all are helpless against this ruthless swallowing machine. Bushmaster versus rat. The Bushmaster, the largest venomous snake in the Americas with a length of 4 meters, is lying in ambush. Its triangular head is broad, concealing 2 massive venom glands. Their venom destroys cells very quickly, causing 80% of victims to die if left untreated. Emitting no warning sound, it lies still under the leaf litter like a bomb waiting to explode. The 5-centimeter-long fangs sink deep, pumping in enough venom to kill dozens of people, bringing certain death. Once the heat-sensing pits on its snout have locked onto the target, the prey has no chance to escape. The toxin massively destroys blood vessels, causing the rat's blood pressure to drop rapidly. The blood cannot coagulate, causing the prey to die from internal bleeding. Finally, the backward curving teeth act like an automatic machine, dragging the rat straight into its belly without needing to use force. Python versus crocodile. The swamp is witnessing a fierce battle between two giants with two completely different hunting methods. The crocodile protects its body with back skin as hard as bone, exactly like an impenetrable suit of armor. Its most terrifying weapon is the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom, weighing up to thousands of kilograms. In response, the giant python uses its body to coil tightly, creating enough compressive force to stop blood flow and damage internal organs. It sounds weaker than the crocodile's bite, but the normal blood pressure of animals is only at a very low level. Therefore, the python's constricting force is 10 times stronger than cardiovascular endurance, more than enough to kill large prey. When muscle strength faces off against sturdy armor, time seems to stand still in this life or death battle. King Cobra versus Python. An encounter between two apex reptiles is always brutal and terrifying.
Iya, mantap. Iya, mantap.
The King Cobra's lightning fast bite has opened the match between the two giants.
Tapi yang pastinya ular segede ini kalau lawan kau ya itu mati lama.
Despite being attacked, the python does not panic, but calmly lies close to the ground, hiding its vulnerable head.
Karena bisa banget marketonya mati teman-teman ya.
Thanks to this smart defense, it easily avoids the deadly bite aimed at its head.
Ya, seperti yang begitu sampai kepalanya.
The narrow space reduces the venomous snake's speed, turning a missed bite into the risk of being constricted to death. Realizing the opponent is defending too well, the King Cobra has to slow down, focusing on protecting its head from the muscular coils. At this point, the dangerous venom is no longer effective. The constricting power is the greatest threat. Musurana versus Jiboya boa. The black Musurana appears, bringing terror to reptiles thanks to its specialized snake-eating behavior. Very thick, glossy scales act like armor, protecting it as it slithers through treacherous terrains. The battle breaks out as soon as it captures the Jiboya boa. The hunter uses its rear fangs to pump venom to weaken the opponent, while simultaneously using its body to tightly wrap around the prey. Extremely ruthless, Every time the victim exhales, it constricts tighter, suffocating the lungs and stopping respiration. Despite its cold-blooded actions, this creature is a good friend to humans in South America. Thanks to their immunity to venom, they specialize in hunting dangerous venomous snakes, helping to maintain the balance of nature. Python versus python. The reticulated python is constricting its small prey, but the appearance of a second one changes everything. The giant slithers over not to fight for food, but to take the life of its own kind. It uses all its strength, using its massive body to ruthlessly crush and coil tightly around the opponent. Under the horrific pressure, the ill-fated victim's breathing gradually weakens and then completely stops. When food is scarce, pythons are willing to eat smaller ones of the same species to survive. However, digesting a prey with bones and flesh identical to its own is a massive challenge. To do this, the hunter's heart must enlarge by 40%, while the liver doubles in size to produce enough digestive juices. Emerald tree boa versus rat. Hiding under the dense foliage, the emerald tree boa coils up beautifully, but brings a silent death. It makes no sound, only using the heat-sensing pits on its face to find its prey very accurately. Its green scales, spotted with white streaks, help it camouflage, looking exactly like a mossy branch in the sunlight. Compared to other constrictors of the same size, it possesses the longest pair of upper front teeth. These teeth sink deep and hold the rat tightly like a pair of pliers, preventing the victim from falling off the treetop before being tightly constricted. Eyelash viper. Hiding among the foliage and brilliant fruit clusters of the Central and South American rainforests, the eyelash viper is one of the most terrifying evolutionary masterpieces. Not possessing a giant size, this arboreal snake makes a strong impression with scales modified into shapes like raised eyelashes above its eyes. This weapon, combined with an unpredictable body color palette ranging from lemon yellow and moss green to brick red, turns them into supreme camouflaged assassins. Frequently motionless on shrub branches, the eyelash viper patiently waits for small birds or amphibians to pass by. And unleashes that in the world of venomous snakes, the instincts of survival and hunting draw no line between prey and members of their own species. As soon as an opportunity appears, an encounter can quickly end in a brutal and unpredictable way. Every hunt reflects the remarkable ability to adapt that has been shaped over millions of years of evolution, but only the individuals that make the best use of their advantage